It's a motion party you cannot get in. Don Julio, we don't drink gin. Oh, sorry about that. Hold up. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the USA. My name is Tyler Storm, and I'd like to welcome y'all to the 19th episode of StormWatch. But before we begin, come with me to the other side of my desk so we can get my coffee. All right, back to center. We good? We good? All in frame? Good. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the USA. Here, hold up. My arm did... I can't keep doing this. I need at least one to slip out. If you can't tell... What? If you can't tell, I am playing a midget. I'm playing Peter Dinklage. From the Toxic Avenger. We're going to get to that here in a little bit, but this is... It's hard trying to keep yourself restrained, you know what I mean? It's a motion party you cannot get in. My arm can't get in. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. All right, I guess let's get right to it. In honor of the AP Watch, in honor of the newest AP and Swatch collaboration, we're going to start off with the Watch of the Week, which is an Omega Swatch collaboration. This is the Mission to Earth. The Moon Swatch Mission to Earth. I love it because it's got the aventurine dial. It's completely, I don't know, what would you call this? Turquoise? Something like that, on a blue strap, and with the white subdial lining and the blue dial with the aventurine, which is basically sparkle starlit dial. It's a chronograph. I love chronographs, if you can't tell. I love a good timer. I love timing everything in my life. I time how often it takes me to get to the store. I time how often it takes for me to get off. I time how often it takes for me to get your mom to message me back. I time how long it takes for me to, pretty much everything. Cook the crack. It's a process. You got to know how to time everything, and what better way to do it than a chronograph? You don't need to use your phone. You don't need to use the wall clock. You can just sit there and just... with your crack, you know what I mean? Or just ming, 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 and then you're going about your business. But let's get right to it, because AP and Swatch did something completely horrendous, I gotta say. I think that they destroyed what a pocket watch is supposed to represent, and that is efficiency. It is, I have so much shit going on, I don't want to look like it's not supposed to be decorative. It's supposed to be in your pocket. It's supposed to be something that is made specifically for you to look at for the time, for whatever the case may be. And I get that they're trying to add fun with the royal pop and stuff, but it just feels very... I wouldn't say it cheapens the brand, but AP has already done so many collaborations. They did the Black Panther, they did both of the Spider-Mans, they've done every Arnold Schwarzenegger collaboration, all 30 fucking plus of them, whatever it is. They do... every year they did the Boombox AP, which was a gem set AP that had... And these are all Royal Oaks, by the way, or offshores. All the offshores were Arnold's, and these are just Royal Oaks. Everything is a goddamn Royal Oak. Everybody wants a Royal... But what's funny is, to me, and we're going to keep going with that gem set here in a second, is that AP did a collaboration with Swatch and not Casio when they already have the Cassie Oak, which was modeled after the fucking the Royal Oak, the AP Royal Oak. Why would they not double down with Casio and come out with the AP Royal Pop Oak? What do you like? I don't understand it. It doesn't entirely make sense, but AP has already done a lot of fun stuff, like that gem set Boombox one where it's rainbow, what do they use? I don't even fucking know. They don't use like sapphires and stuff. They use cheap gems, and they line it up to make it look like the fucking waves that you see on your boombox, on your radio and all that stuff. It was fun. They do a lot of good stuff, but this is this feels like, how do I say, you know the joke where it's like recession indicator, recession indicator, recession indicator. This to me feels like a recession indicator, because this means that the rich people aren't even spending enough money on AP for them to not feel a need to do a cheap childish collaboration. This is going to go on most people's gym bags, or hang in their car, or it's going to go on their belt loop. It's bioceramics. It's the same shit as this. It's a $400 watch, $420 watch, and people are already going out of their... And they're already going out of their way to like start fights with each other for it. And it's just going to go on some bitch's purse. This is going to be on some fucking dude's fanny pack. And he's going to have that shit right there. And he's still going to be wearing a watch, which serves no purpose at that point. Or he's going to be like Future and he's going to have 3 ladies' APs on. And then he's going to have the fucking pocket watch on. And he's just going to look like a cunt. But you know what? That's fine. When joyful boldness and positive holy fuck, where am I? Those edibles shouldn't have kicked in that quick. When joyful boldness and positive provocation meet fine watchmaking, the result is far more than a timepiece. It's a statement of creativity in the form of a watch. What the fuck was that? That was a whole load of nothing. And that statement takes shape in a collection that breaks the rules of watchmaking and disrupts the traditional way of wearing a watch. There were pocket watches before there were wristwatches. So what is the traditional way of watches? I'm very curious. To all our dear fans worldwide of our AP and Swatch collab launched May 16th to ensure... Oh yeah, by the way, they shut down all of the Swatch stores today. We're recording Saturday because we're fucking behind. I moved, we're in a new studio, we're in a new place. By the way, shout out to my brother and my parents and, even Cindy for allowing us the room to do our podcast, start off the podcast in each of those 3 locations. It's definitely helped us get somewhere far. Did you guys kind of fuck us sometimes? Yeah, but you know what? One day we'll fuck you too. It will be mutual. It will be a consensual fucking. Do you understand what? No incest. Incest is wincest, baby. We're all from what? What? Ask the MIMS people. Don't look at me that look. Like, all you people in MIMS, I know a lot of you, I know at least 1 or 2 of you are watching this. Mother is my sister is the acronym. And to those of you who don't live in MIMS or aren't savvy with Titusville and MIMS, mother is my sister. But the point is, thank you guys. We're in a new place. Oh yeah, and they shut down Swatch stores. Where was I going with this? Yeah, they were doing the, hold on. Oh yeah, Saturday, we're recording late. That's how I got onto that whole thing. Okay, but yeah, they were supposed to release the Swatch AP collaboration today, May 16th, and they did in a lot of their stores around the world, but they pretty much shut down every Swatch store here in Florida and a few of the other ones along the East Coast. And I'm astounded because all of you fucking resellers, okay, I'm a reseller, I get it. But I just gotta this is a message to all you resellers from one to another. You're a bunch of pieces of shit half the time. You need to stop getting in line and for days on end when you could have another job. You could go and do construction. You're always complaining about how the roads aren't fixed and all this other stuff and da-da-da-da-da. I do it too, but I'm a comedian, so what do you want from me? But the point is, you could be out there fixing my fucking roads. Instead, you're over here starting fights and stabbing people over an AP Swatch collaboration made out of plastic. That's all of a sudden, it cost $400, $420 for the small seconds one, and it's reselling for $2,000. They're estimating that the entire box set is reselling for $20,000 plus right this second. Do you have any clue how psychotic that is? That is why they shut down most of the stores today, because all of y'all are fucking crazy bastards, and I'm not even going to pretend otherwise. So any of you who at me, any of you at these conventions who got something to say, fuck you and fuck your mother. So to ensure the safety of both our customers and our staff in Swatch stores, we kindly ask you not rush to our stores in large numbers to acquire this product. The Royal Pop Collection will remain available for several months. By the way, they didn't even say this was a limited release. There was no information other than they were making a drop, and all of you were quickly stomping on babies' heads like it's Human Centipede 2 and you're trying to get there in your car. It's the truth. The Royal Pop Collection will remain available for several months. In some countries, regions, queues of more than 50 people cannot be accepted and sales may need to be paused. It's a plastic watch. The hype for it is going to be dead in like 2 weeks when all of a sudden, what's their name? I covered them last week. Motherfucking, here, hold on. Eternal Calendar. I got to do this. Eternal Calendar watch. This is the one that I talked about. Yeah, it was IWC. And like a month from now, when IWC all of a sudden comes out with a watch that lasts until the year 3000, and then all of us are just like, oh my God, that's the greatest thing that was ever created. I don't even remember what the poor people were trying to buy. Sorry about that. It's just, whew. They're going to end up getting back to the money stuff, and all the poor people are going to suffer. All the impoverished. Oh my God, I gotta choke down that throat. It's so hard. This collection merges the avant-garde design of Audemars Piguet's iconic royal oak and the modern ingenuity of the Swatch's vibrant pop line from the 1980s, resulting in the 8 statement-making pocket watches designed for endless creative styling. Endless creative styling? It's a lanyard. Somebody's gonna throw it on their keys. It's gonna mean nothing to that person. It's gonna be decorative. There is gonna be at least 30 white women that have that watch on their purse at the gym or in their duffel bag, or it's gonna be on their little Labubu. Like their Labubu's gonna be carrying around the little fucking pocket watch with them, and they're gonna be wearing it on their necklace. It's gonna be fucking terrible. Or you'll get lucky and somebody will try and figure out how to fashion it to a necklace, and then they're just gonna be wearing it right there in between the cleavage. It'll be Sydney Sweeney. She'll be the first one to fucking do it. At the core of each watch is a brand new hand-wound version of our System 51 movement, finished with a dash of pop art energy. To top it off, model comes in 2 unique styles, Lépine and Savonnette, which means only hours, minutes, seconds. I don't actually know if that's what it means, but that's what this is translating to. Their first one is the Auto Rosso, which is just a pink and red one. There is the Hewitt Blanc, which is a white pocket watch and with rainbow screws and rainbow hour markers. Then there's the Green 8, green on green, looks like an emerald. Actually, a fantastic pocket. I think that one is probably my favorite one, just because it's so deep. If you can't tell, we're going green. We are going green, baby, in the honor of Toxic Avenger. That's why I got these guys. I couldn't find the Funko Pops for Toxic Avenger, but I got a couple green guys, and they're basically all the same thing, right? I mean, this is basically that woman from Wicked. It's all the same thing. Every green person is the same. The Hulk, Toxic Avenger. Who do I even have over here? I couldn't even tell you because they're basically just all the same thing. Captain America's the leader, and then Zombie Hawkeye. Yeah, every green, just stupid greeners. Border hopping greeners. God damn it. I can't stand you sons of bitches. The next one is a pastel green with blue. Not a huge fan of that one here. Hold on, I gotta adjust my arm. Son of a, motherfucker. If this shirt tears, I'm going on the rest of the podcast with the shirt torn. Fuck. No, I'm a T-Rex. I feel like Jim Carrey in Lemony Snicket, A Series of Unfortunate Events. Then there is the Lan Ba, which is a navy blue on a, what do we agree, like a pastel blue? Yeah. And then there's the OTG Rose, which is pink on yellow on teal? Turquoise? Teal? Turquoise? Tealquoise? It's not even like consistent. I don't even understand what it's going for. It feels like a Miami restaurant in the 80s when everyone was coked out. It just feels like neon lights going everywhere. Flashing lights, lights, lights. Ocho Negro. I'm pretty sure that's a racist thing. I don't, am I allowed to say negro? Am I allowed to say Negro? Ocho Negro. You know somebody in the South is saying that, and they're not even racist. That's just the way they pronounce these words. Ocho Negro, which is a black base, the white bezel, white bezel, motherfucking white hour markers. And then the last one, which is the Orenji Hachi. My second favorite one, which is Gator Colors, and that's a deep blue and orange. Not a fan of this altogether. I think that people are way over. There are people who are getting into this watch who have never been into watches a day in their life, and they're going out of their way to make sure that they resell it for 10 times. I understand. Get your fucking money. So you know what? Do your thing. But just know, fuck you from me. Just because you can't afford a real AP doesn't mean you should go and attack your neighbor to make sure that you got an AP pocket watch. It ain't even, it's a plastic watch. There is an attachment they have though that is kind of neat. I will not argue that. If I manage to get my hands on one, it will be a forever desk piece at that point. They have a little plastic flip, kind of like we do with the iPad, and it props it up. It makes it a little desk clock. It's a 40 millimeter watch, so it's not going to be the most legible if it's on the other side of your desk, especially if you're like dealing with the situation I am where you got to go to the other side of your desk to make sure you can even grab your coffee. You won't even be able to see the time anymore. You're going to need like 20 zero vision in order to see. You're going to need to be like an eagle. Like an eagle. Everyone, and the funniest part is this even overshined all the watches that were at Kevin Hart's roast, which phenomenal watches, by the way. I'm not going to cover every last one, but there were some beautiful pieces there that just, wow, man. You know, the Met Gala was all about money, but Kevin Hart's roast felt like people were digging into their fucking shit to be personal with it. Kevin Hart even wore a fucking Patek Philippe Golden Ellipse 5738 51G-51G-001. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dress watch. And if you've ever looked at the Patek Philippe Ellipse, this almost oval shape that's, oh, I don't even know how to describe it. It's got these like, you know, like old rich houses, how they have the fences with the fancy tops on it. That is the way that the dial of this watch looks like. I don't even know how to describe it, but you can't go wrong with Patek, and he's an AP ambassador, so it's kind of interesting to see him go from rocking only APs to, you know, he's got some fun stuff in there. You know, he doesn't only wear APs, though, even though he has the greatest AP collection ever. Single-handedly, the greatest AP collection ever. Dwayne Johnson with his Jacob & Co. Caviar Tourbillon. Yeah, I don't even give a shit about that. That man, he just spends his money on diamonds. And you know what? When you're worth almost $1 billion, do your thing, but it's gross. And then Serena Williams, my baby, Royal Oak Frosted Gold Rainbow 15412BA. Oh my God, man. Yellow frosted gold AP Royal Oak open work with the rainbow bezel. It is, wow. Never disappoints. Every event, I even commented on this about the Met Gala thing. Never, ever, ever disappoints. Serena Williams, hats off to you. And Pete Davidson even shocked me. He came in with a Rolex Day-Date Lapis Lazuli, which is a stone dial. It's a blue stone dial for all you non-white women at home. And it's, wow. Yellow gold, classic. This is classy back in the day shit. Even Biggie had like an onyx dial one, and I'm pretty sure Pac had something like that too. You can't go wrong with vintage, and you can't go wrong with classics, and stone dial is classic. Whoever Max Omni is wore a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5811. I can't say I'm a fan of the 5811. I mean, it does. I know to many of you it doesn't seem any different than the 5711, but there are its differences, and it's just little bits. Draymond Green Rolex Day-Date 40 with a green dial and a diamond set bezel. It is beautiful, classic diamond set, factory set for all you fucking rappers and Titusville people. Don't you dare go and buy a bust down anything. Don't you dare go and buy a watch that's actually worth 10 grand and spend 30 grand on it. Don't you dare. Just because you got a little bit of money doesn't mean you should be spending that shit on fucking bust down anything. Why, if it's not factory set, what is the point of bust down anything in this world? Harry Jowsey Rolex Daytona 126500LN. I think they call this the Panda or reverse Panda. No, that's the reverse Panda. Then there's the Rolex GMT2 Batman from Hassan Minaj. A lot of Rolexes. Everybody, when you get your first bit of money, everybody buys a goddamn Rolex if it's not a Cartier. Jimmy Yang, Patek Philippe Aquanaut. Oh, he's a comedian. I know that face. Aquanaut 5167A. But why on a rubber strap? You're at a nice event and you're wearing a great... I don't get it. Black dial, black rubber strap. Not even it. Meek Mill wearing the same watch as fucking... as Serena Williams with a frosted golden rainbow Royal Oak AP. And guess what? His came in rose gold, bitch. So... I think I like hers more, but I respect the fucking rose gold. That shit is... You know, actually, that's not them. That there's like a technique they use to make it frosted. That's not them like drilling it or anything like that. There's a hammering technique that they use to finish the watch to give it that look. Matt Barnes wearing the same fucking, oh, what is this? Rolex Daytona 126519 LN. And the LN, for those of you who don't know, is Lunette Noir, which means that it is a black watch. That, oh wait, is that the... That is the one with the diamond hour markers. Beautiful. Beautiful, but on a rubber strap. You don't go rubber to fancy events, fellas. Never rubber at fancy events. Go raw if you have nothing else. Go raw if you have nothing else. But Lunette Noir means black dial and it glows in the motherfucking dark. Bert Kreischer wearing this. It reminds me of like mint chocolate chip, but it's a Rolex Daytona Platinum. Oh, they call it the Platona. Terrible watch. Disgusting watch. Tom Brady, Rolex $C off catalog. Yeah. I hate Tom Brady. I hate his watch collection. Everything about him is disgusting. And honestly, these people are horrible. They're just shapeshifters. They're demons who swap form in front of your eyes, kind of like what I did. I am trying to join the club. I am showing and proving that I can change bit by bit to become part of the lizard crew. I think there's a woman here in Brevard who is doing a little bit of the same. Melbourne woman arrested after fleeing deputies entering Merritt Island home where family and child were inside. Okay, that's not what I was talking about. Here we go. This is the best part. Brevard County deputies arrested 34 Tanidra Charisse Pratt of Melbourne after authorities said she attempted to flee law enforcement, entered an occupied Merritt Island apartment without permission, and tried to disguise herself by changing clothes inside the residence. She broke into a woman's house, tried changing into the woman's clothes. Excuse me. And saying that she was somebody else. She treated this like it was a fucking Lego Star Wars game where she can just put on the clone trooper outfit and then zip along her way. She's trying to join the shape-shifting crew too. But the problem is, she's really bad at it. She's really, really bad at it. According to BCSO, Pratt allegedly ran from deputies before unlawfully entering the apartment while a family, including a child, was inside the home. You couldn't even, scour the building for 5 seconds to make sure that there was nobody. Hold on. Did they know that she was there? Because she broke in and stole clothes and tried changing in front of the fucking... Did the family even know she was there? Investigators say Pratt attempted to avoid capture by changing her clothes while inside the residence. Pratt was taken into custody and is being held on a $26,500 bond. She faces multiple charges, including burglary of an occupied structure without a weapon, fleeing and eluding law enforcement, resisting an officer without violence, child neglect without great bodily harm, petite theft from a dwelling, or curtilage under $40, and driving while license suspended with knowledge. You couldn't get an Uber. You couldn't just get an Uber. No injuries reported during the incident. No, you know what the real damage is here? She's getting charged with stealing an outfit and it was less than $40. A whole outfit under $40, but a $26,500 bond. Make it make sense. So what? She's a failed shapeshifter. Does that mean you should bring down the hammer of God upon her and make her sit in Ivy's Iron Bar Lodge and suffer with the rest of the fucking dog fuckers and registered sex offenders? Brevard County Sheriff's Office SWAT team take down registered sex offender. My point. Weekly look at incredible work of men and women of Brevard. Yeah, whatever. The Brevard County Sheriff's Office gave a public behind-the-scenes look at General Crimes Unit during a 1094 ride-along after offering viewers a glimpse into a day-to-day work of deputies across the county. The episode highlights how deputies respond in real time. Okay, whatever. What? It's just the video? I just gotta watch that? Aw, man. I thought they were gonna tell me about what a piece of shit this guy was and how much pervy stuff he had on him. But instead, here, you know what? I'll give you my little bit of reaction right here. I'm gonna click on it. Play. It's not playing. Give me a second. Technical difficulties. It's the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. They're trying to hide what they're doing. They were sex offending the sex offender, and that's the real problem here. They probably molested him. That's really what it comes down to. Trying to get the views down. Trying to get the views down. And I think that's disgusting because that one woman is going to be on the face of everything, and this one guy who is a pedophile will be on the face of nothing. And Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey is going to go and treat it like he's the fucking Coast Guard, taking down millions of pounds of cocaine and stuff. Coast Guard cutter Tahoma busts cocaine triple threat, interdicting $45.8 million of illicit narcotics. See, now that's a hero, Wayne. That's a hero. Seizure represents $2.3 million potential lethal doses of cocaine that will not reach American streets. Okay, the thing is, and I need you to hear me out, cocaine itself is not lethal in small doses. Yes? Okay. It's because everyone keeps cutting their cocaine. If this was pure cocaine, you're not doing anything but stripping Americans of a good Saturday night. All you're doing is ruining my weekend. How am I supposed to let my girlfriend do a fucking line of coke off my penis, and if I don't have the cocaine to do it for her to do it off my penis? Can you explain to me? How am I supposed to do a bump off her nipple? Just a little bit of the old... How am I supposed to do that? How? Without the cocaine. Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Coast Guard cutter Tahoma's crew simultaneously interdicted 3 suspected smuggling vessels carrying approximately 6,085 pounds of cocaine worth nearly $45.8 million on May 8th, approximately 90 miles off of Cartagena, Colombia. Everything is coming out of fuck. You know what's funny? Now we're going to go into Colombia. Now we're going to go and kill some fucking cartel leader in Colombia because that's what Donnie loves to do. He read about the fentanyl coming from Mexico through China, but he's going and making deals with China. We're going to get to you, China, by the way, you fucking chink bastards. Think we were letting you go. Hell no. Hell no. No. In the great words of finesse, no. No. It ain't that much motherfucking getting away. It ain't that much motherfucking getting away. Obviously, clearly it ain't that much motherfucking getting away, especially with the cartel. And now we're going to go fight. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Didn't we send government troops to Colombia like 2 months ago after we did okay, we did Venezuela with Maduro. We did Mexico with, what's his name, of the new Jalisco cartel being killed. Somebody else took charge. And then we dropped troops, and I think it was Colombia like 2 weeks later. And now all of a sudden, there's millions of dollars of cocaine coming from Colombia. Coincidence? I think not. My thing is, the CIA was known for pushing crack into the communities of black people in the 80s. What's stopping you? What makes you think that this is the only cocaine that's coming in right this second? And that they're even stopping a large amount? $2 million, how much is this? $45 million is not a lot of cocaine. That is not a lot of cocaine. That is like a month of cocaine. No, I'm being so realistic. If we're talking United States as a whole, that's less than a month of cocaine. That's like one state's week of, that's like Florida's 1 week of cocaine usage. I would be 100%. All of you cokeheads, how much coke do you do a week? You don't need to comment. Please don't actually comment because somebody's going to scan and make sure, and they're going to be like, hey, that person did cocaine, and they're going to snitch on you. Fuck them. Fuck that person. Fuck that snitch ass bitch, especially if you watch my videos. Fucking shit, 6'9" Gucci Mane ass bitch. It's hilarious how Gucci went from representing the anti-snitch movement to now he's one of them. And I don't mean one of them in the, greener type of way. You know what I mean? I mean like one of them as in the 6'9" type of way. 6'9". Get it? Get it? Da 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 da. Hell, hold on. What was his fucking... I can't remember any of his shit. I just remember being... Bah, 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 and then him dressing like that Royal Oak AP thing, which is very... faggy. One vessel was knocked. Hold on. Tahoma's crew launched their 2 small boats and their deployed Coast Guard helicopter Interdiction Tactical Squadron air crew stopping all 3 vessels. One vessel was non-compliant and required aerial use of force tactics, including precision sniper fire directed at the engines to compel the vessel to stop. To compel them to stop, they shot at them. I'm begging you, stop now. Stop now. Resulting in this, the air crew released multiple personal flotation devices and the people were rescued with no reported injuries. Man, the other 2 vessels stopped when they're directed directed by the Coast Guard crews. Interdicting 3 vessels simultaneously is a testament. Hold on. Interdicting 3 vessels. Interdicting 3 vessels simultaneously is a testament to the unwavering professionalism, precision, and dedication of our crew, said Commander Nolan Cuevas, Tahoma's commanding officer. This interdiction prevented a significant number of illegal narcotics from reaching American shores, and their teamwork underscores Coast Guard's mission to protect our nation and saving lives. Okay, it was 90 miles off the coast of Colombia. Is that actually within realm for our Coast Guard to get? Are we that close to... I don't think we're that close to Colombia. Is Colombia. Motherfucking not Columbia, District of Columbia. Columbia the country, you bastard. Not for long. 2,600 miles from the United States. So how did our Coast Guard get them 90 miles from... Oh, you know why? It's because we sent troops over there so we could start military states around the world. Now our Coast Guard is able to work over there to stop the cartels. I get it. I get it. The idea is so that way we can always do... What? I represent the Lollipop Guild and I would like to welcome you back to StormWatch. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, we were shooting at Colombians. Tahoma's crew will offload approximately 8,185 pounds of narcotics worth nearly $61.6 million on Thursday at Port Everglades. A lot's been going on with the Everglades. Interesting. Executing such a complex commission demands the highest proficiency from our crew, Cuevas said. Our success required the integration of thoughtful training, careful planned logistics, and joint coordination. We are proud of our efforts to prevent illicit networks from threatening our security. Good job. Good job. The following assets and crews were involved in the interdiction of the option. Coast Guard Cutter Tahoma, Coast Guard Helicopter Interdiction Tactical Squadron, Joint Interagency Task Force South, Coast Guard Southeast District Watch Sanders, a lot of other people and snitches. Coast Guard Cutter Tahoma's off... Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not going to keep reading this at this rate. Coast Guard seizure of 511,000 pounds of cocaine in 2025, over 3 times the service in... Okay. I'm so done. It's just them sucking their own dicks about how much cocaine they've stolen from us, the good people of America. From all the fucking cocaine. Think of how many children that these cartels feed. You're starving children in a third world, and you're preventing your citizens from having any good fun. You are a horrible, horrible government, and I hate you. I hate you so much. You're not only non-progressive, but you're racist. You're as racist as this Chud the Builder guy. Live streamer Chud the Builder charged in shooting outside Tennessee courthouse. Now, I wanted to comment on this because everybody seems to think that I'm actually a racist and a bigot and a sexist and a misogynist and a thisist and a thatist and a anti-fagotist and all this other stuff, and that I hate moolies and that I hate the Dagos and that I hate the Kikes or the Hebes or the Jawas or the Spics or the Greeners or the Beaners or the Mix or the Limeys or the Chinks or the Jetojos or the Gooks or any of them. I am not. This is all in the name of comedy. What I represent in this podcast is you, the average American, and apparently midgets, which is an offensive term. Midget power, baby. Small power! Small power! Here, hold on. I gotta put it right here. I gotta use my right hand. Small power, small power. So they're little people, but actually they're midgets, dwarves, hobbits, MIIIDGEETS. Oh my god, man! But this guy, he actually, okay. My thing is I'm over here making jokes, clarifying their jokes, making sure that I tag everybody in it so you all feel equal in the eyes of the good Lord. And this guy just goes around calling people the nigger word. Do you have any clue how psychotic this is to just walk? I don't go up to like an Irish person and be like, you stupid potato eating Mick bastard, and go up to a German and be like, you sauerkraut eating piece of shit. I don't go up to a fucking Chinese person and be like, oh, how you do today? No, I make jokes on a podcast for you ungrateful people. Motherfucker, do you see this? I try so hard to include all of you. He is just going around attacking the good black people of America, and well, actually Tennessee. And I really am not a fan of it. I am being actually said. I will say one thing with all seriousness, and it's going to be the next sentence out of my mouth, because I want you guys to know that I stand with all. It's not this sentence right here. I'm doing the thing still. See, I stand with you people. Look at my fist. It's right there. I stand with you all, whoever you are, the natives, the indigenous, or whatever you want to call yourself. The point is, I stand with all of you. Okay. So, but the next sentence is the serious one. This man needs to be in jail for a long time. And he needs to not be given the same platform as before. Not that you should strip him away from his platform, because I don't believe in censorship and censoring people. If I did, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing currently in this episode. But what I do believe in is decency. And I think that somebody like him represents the most indecent parts of America and how we are, because this is satire. All of this is supposed to be for you, me, and everyone to laugh and feel all included and all this type of stuff, leaving no group out, leaving no people unsmushed under the thumb of prejudice that I can make sure that we all feel. But this feels like a CIA op where they're trying to start race riots and stuff like that, kind of like with the AP Swatch drop. Everyone around the globe is picking fights over a piece of plastic. And now there's people getting shot over the use of, I know it's a horrible word, but I'm not going to not say it and all this other, because I believe that you shouldn't censor yourself for really anyone. I think that you should just try to be decent to everyone and treat everybody equally good and equally bad. You should hold no bigotry or prejudice towards any one particular group, because who does it actually benefit at the end of the day? But this is not, it's not even condonable. I don't even know how, I get for clickbait and it's funny to some degree, but like now somebody is shot. So back to the jokes. The controversial streamer was arrested this week, accused of walking out on a $71 food bill in Nashville, according to court documents. Live streamer Chud the Builder has been charged with attempted murder following a confrontation that involved an exchange of gunfire outside a Tennessee courthouse Wednesday, authorities said. Does he not listen to any rappers from Memphis? They got guns in that bitch. Pooh Shiesty will pull up on your fucking ass with a, what is it? 762. Fucking 762 God is the fucking name that he put. He got a fucking 762 bullet. Fucking free big brr. Free big brr. Free slime. Free fucking Pooh Shiesty. Free YNW Melly. Free Lil Durk. Fucking fuck Gucci Mane. All them niggas. Free. Free them. Free big brr. Brr. You know what I'm saying? The controversial 28-year-old streamer whose real name is Dalton Earthly. Dalton Etherly. This sounds like a CIA name. This just sounds like something this sounds like an agent who's going to be out within the next year. Maybe 2. And then he's just going to go back to causing racial riots and racial fights and problems. And then it's going to be race war. And here and there's, you see, the racism never die in America. We need to be more racist towards these other people who are racist towards us. And we need to hate these people. And small power. I'm waiting for the midgets to rise up. Well, I guess they can't. They can only rise up so far. But I'm still waiting for them to rise up and take over America. I think that big power comes in small packages, and it's kind of like a nuclear bomb. Imagine the punches those little people can throw. You think that Iron Mike Tyson can throw something? Imagine getting Peter Dinklage up to you and he just goes, eh. You know what I mean? Who's the other little dude comedian? I don't even know his name, but imagine him coming up to you with the fucking this, like it's in Toxic Avenger, but it was Peter Dinklage. But the other way, either one of them, they're all smallers. And he just walks up to you with this and he goes, wank, right onto your fucking head, and you just plink. Don't ever doubt the power of the Lollipop Guild. Whose real name is Dalton Etherly, who is known for using offensive racial language, was involved in a confrontation around 1:20 p.m. outside the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville. District Attorney General Robert J. Nash of the 19th Judicial District said in a statement, you know, his whole thing is just provoking people to show the worst parts of themselves. And while that is funny sometimes, it's not funny this times. It's what does he say? He says that they're chimping out whenever he calls them the nigger word, and they just go and they start attacking him. But the thing is, that's like walking up to any like, you don't just walk up to, well, you don't walk up to a black person and call him a nigger. You don't walk up to a fucking English person and call him a limey. You don't walk up to a native and call him a red nigger or a savage. You don't walk up to a Jew and call him a kike. You call these things jokingly or in private, or if you know them really well. You know what I mean? And like, and he's not even like saying, what's up, my nigga? He's not even like being friendly with it. He's like, what's good, my nigga, or anything like that. He's just calling him with a hard R. You know what I mean? It's not even, there's no, nothing. There's no, like, his whole thing is just to prove that he can say whatever with impunity. And the thing is I believe in free speech, but I also don't believe you're always going to be free from consequences. Do I think people should get violent? No, but I don't think it's always every time going to be free of consequences. You can't guarantee anything in this world. And I'm certain that he didn't think this was going to be his guarantee either. Now he's crackering out. The incident with an unknown male escalated to gunfire, Nash said. Both sustained gunshot wounds in the Montgomery County office. Okay, stop with the he said, she said. Etherly was the person who opened fire, and he appeared to have shot himself in the arm. He shot himself in the arm. This is like fucking Cheddar Bob in 8 Mile, who shot himself in the crotch. He was like, he's going to pull that shit out in the middle of a gunfight and just bing. I'm gonna shut my dick off. I'm gonna shut my dick off. And this guy's just like, oh my God. It's like in the Spring Breakers. Oh, the consequences of my actions. Every time. Why do these people? Yes, these people. The news website Clarksville Now reported, citing Nash. The two people were taken to hospitals and were stable, and the sheriff's both were taken to the hospitals and were stable. Good. Etherly was charged with attempted murder, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, and aggravated assault and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said. The worst part is he's gonna, because he was streaming, he's gonna try and rule this as self-defense. He's gonna say, I have freedom of speech. They shouldn't have attacked me to begin with. So of course I had to open fire when I felt unsafe and me. It's Luigi Mangione all over again. Who is that one kid who went a state over and shot people with an AK or something like that? Oh, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Here, hold on. I'm going to pull this up. Guy who drove state with an AK to shoot people. What the fuck is his name? Here, hold on. Let's see if Kyle Rittenhouse. There's no way that actually fucking worked. Guy who drove to another state with an AR to shoot people, and Kyle Rittenhouse is the first thing that comes up. I am not gonna lie. That is, wow, that is hilarious. So Kyle, yes, this is Kyle Rittenhouse all over again. Holy shit, man. I know I do this to make y'all laugh, but I mostly do it to make me laugh. He was being held in Montgomery County Jail pending an arraignment, at which time the bond will be set. It's unfortunate that incidents like this are happening in our community. This kind of violence won't be tolerated. Etherly was scheduled to appear at the courthouse 9 a.m. Wednesday as a defendant in contract debt case, according to online dockets. Etherly is a controversial online personality known for posting rage bait content, repeatedly using racial slurs and challenging people to fight him, which is not... If you're instigating fights and instigating riots, that's not freedom of speech. That's actually you causing disturbance of the peace. So there's multiple things you're going to get charged with on top of just that. He was arrested Sunday in Nashville after he was alleged to have walked out on a restaurant bill and resisted arrest, according to court documents. In the alleged incident, Etherly went to Bob's Steak and Chop House, where he was asked not to live stream. When he was caught streaming and was asked to stop, he became disruptive and started making racial statements, yelling and screaming, a probable affidavit said. He also said, "I'm not paying if you're kicking me out," and refused to pay his $371.55 bill. According to the affidavit, he was charged with disorderly conduct and theft of service. So not only are you getting charged with theft and shooting somebody, but you're going to get charged with disturbing the peace and, well, this is going to be petty theft, but whatever. Not just disturbing the peace. I hope it incites a riot. Let's see. Come on. Riot. The next day, officers saw him walking down a street in Nashville and detained him at an outstanding warrant. Jesus Christ. According to a separate affidavit, he pulled his arm away when officers tried to handcuff him, resulting in resisting arrest charge. See, another one. And if this guy dies, then it's going to be murder, not just attempted murder. That was the other charge I was trying to think of. No attorney for him in those cases was listed. He is due back in court on those charges July 17th. You know what? The internet is safe without him for 2 days. Now it's up to me to compensate. Watch me drink the brown from this man's skull. Just like Chode the Builder. You know what? I'll give him props to one thing. He was keeping it direct, person to person, and he's not going and starting fires in other places or, well, I guess shooting up entire blocks or shooting CEO. Well, I guess it would be preferred if he shot CEOs. Free Luigi. Free Luigi. Oh my goodness. You know what? He could be charged with, what is this? Oh, this is the one thing that I made sure that I wanted to fucking cover this week. He could be charged with treason. His case could be so much worse. He could be charged with treason, like the governor of California, bitches! Guess what? The governor of California is a chink spy, a Chinese spy, spy. Fried rice cooking motherfucker, chop suey biatch. Oh, excuse me. It's a mayor, not a governor. Whatever! Arcadia mayor federally charged with acting as a legal agent of the People's Republic of China. Huh, and why is that not national news when Donnie is going over to fucking meet Xi in China and discuss a lot of the fucking contracts that America is gonna be signing with China over the next, 2-3 years while we're dealing with our fucking proxy wars with them. I don't understand how this is not something that is generally just... Everyone is more worried about the AP Swatch collaboration than this being breaking news. And I'm wondering if that's part of the cover-up, if it's kind of like, hey, keep people busy with their economy stuff, keep people busy with their pockets, keeping their pockets lined, keep people busy with the collectibles and the cheap trinkets that they can buy, so that way they don't focus on the fact that a mayor of the largest state in the United States, no, second or third largest state, I think, because Alaska is number one. Alaska is the largest landmass state in the U.S. Then I think it's Texas and California. There's a couple in there that are like surprise hitters, but whatever. And the third mayor of one of the cities of, I think it's the third largest economy in the globe, California, is going to be charged with treason. Well, she's Chinese, so it's Chinkreason. The mayor of Arcadia has been charged in federal court with acting... Goddamn rice patty bitch. The mayor of Arcadia has been charged in federal court with acting as an illegal agent of the People's Republic of... Here, I'm tired of leaning over the table to do this. I'm going to do this from now on. This is so much gooder. Serious this time. The mayor of Arcadia has been charged in federal court with acting as an illegal agent of the People's Republic of China, PRC, the Justice Department announced today. Eileen Wang, 58, of Arcadia, is charged via information with one count of acting in the United States as an illegal agent of foreign government. And you know, it's funny, this isn't the only time that this has been occurring in the last 365 days. I'm pretty sure that there was somebody else who came out as like an Israeli spy or something like that, a Mossad agent or some shit like that. Oh yeah, it was Erica Kirk. In a related filing, Wang has agreed to plead guilty to the felony count, which comes with a statutory maximum sentence of 10 years in federal What? R. Kelly is getting charged more for peeing on girls than this treasonous mayor who is giving whatever information she could about the U.S. to China to screw us over however they can. Because that's exactly what this is. This is so they can screw us over. There's probably something else going on that they don't want us to know about. And maybe it's like, I don't know. Man, it would be kind of funny if there was like, I don't know, think about it. China owns a lot of the farmland in the US. They own a lot of our marijuana farms as well and stuff like that. So a lot of the weed you're smoking is Chinese, even though it's grown in America. And now it's coming out that the mayor of a state where they have Chinese-owned farms is a secret agent for the People's Republic of China. Non-hostile takeover. Just it's kind of like we're being chopped up. It's like, okay, it would be kind of funny, and consider this. It would be kind of funny if there was a coup that occurred. I think the country hasn't been our country since the since the end of World War II. I don't think it's been the same country since the end of World War II. It probably was never even a real country to begin with. But my theory is that it ended in World War II entirely and that we became something else afterwards. But it would be kind of funny if there was a coup that occurred during we'll call this the joint Trump-Biden administration, because it doesn't really feel like anything changed from one step to the next. I don't actually feel like anything has changed here in America when we were under Trump, Biden, or Trump again. And it would be kind of interesting if that it was a non-hostile takeover that they were trying to implement, where they chop up different pieces of America and give the military to Israel, they give the farmland to China, they give the churches over to Europe again like they were originally promised, and then they give the excess land to whomever can claim it first, which is usually going to be the billionaires. So it's kind of creating this weird system where now the billionaires and the government leaders are chopping this piece up to just make their own payday. That's my fun take on it, but whatever. Wang was elected in November 2022 to the Arcadia City Council, a 5-person governing body which the mayor is selected on a rotating basis. Individuals in our country who covertly do bidding of foreign governments undermine our democracy, said First Assistant United States Bill Essaylee. This plea agreement is the latest success in our determination to defend the homeland against China's efforts to corrupt our institutions. But this isn't any breaking news when Trump is going to meet Xi and discuss all of these deals with Elon and the CEOs of BlackRock and all these other fucking people. Individuals elected to public office in the United States should only act for the people of the United States that they represent. I 100% agree, said Assistant Attorney General for National Security John A. Eisenberg. I 100% agree. U.S. citizens should only focus on the U.S. first. We should pull out of all of these proxy wars and people we're funding and pull out of the Middle East and pull out of Eastern fucking Europe and get out, like, and pull out of fucking Colombia. I know that we love fucking Colombians, but we need to take our dick out of the Spanish, out of every Spanish country. It's just not doing well. It is just not doing well. It is deeply concerning that someone who had previously received and executed directives from PRC government officials is now in a position to public trust at all, but particularly because the relationship with that foreign government has never been disclosed. By her own admission, Eileen Wang secretly served the interest of the Chinese government. It's just repeating the same things. According to her plea agreement from late 2020 through 2022, Wang and Yaoning Mike's son, 65 of Chino Hills, worked at the direction and control of the PRC government officials and coordinated with U.S.-based individuals to promote the PRC's interests by, among other things, promoting pro-PRC propaganda in the United States. Sun is serving a 4-year federal prison sentence after he pleaded guilty in October 2025 to acting as an illegal foreign agent. Okay, so we have... Oh, this is the other thing. So our Air Force bases are almost getting blown up by secret Chinese agents, and our third largest economy in the globe, largest probably economy in the U.S. outside of the U.S. itself, is ran by Chinese spies. I'm astounded that all of this is just getting swept under the rug. A few weeks ago, we covered how there were how there was this brother-sister combo wombo that came in to try and blow up a bunch of, was it a Navy base or an Air Force base? It was an Air Force base. And, completely swept under the rug, just like this is going to be. So for over the last 3 months, we have had it come out that we have Chinese insurgencies happening here in the U.S. in small bits and doses, but everyone is focused on an AP pocket swatch. This is crap. Wang and Sun worked together to operate U.S. News Centers, a website that purported to be news surface for the local Chinese American community. Wang and Sun received and executed directives from the PRC government officials to post pro-PRC content to the website. For example, in June 2021, a PRC official contacted Wang and other individuals via WeChat encrypted messaging application with pre-written news articles, including PRC official written essay in the United Los Angeles Times that stated China's stance on the Xinjiang issue. There is no genocide in Xinjiang. There is no such thing as forced labor at any production activity, including cotton production. They have cotton picking Chinese people. You goddamn China, you cotton picking chinks. Goddamn bastards. Oh my God, man. There is no trouble in Ba Sing Se. There is no war outside of Ba Sing Se. There is no spies in Ba Sing Se. Oh my God! Are the Dai Li running the United States? Are the fucking Dai Li, the Chinese Dai Li running the United States? Wait a minute. Did the Earth Kingdom represent China? I know they represented 4 different countries or 4 different provinces or 4 different cultures or whatever the case is, but what do they represent? Probably the Chinese. The point is, there is no war in Ba Sing Se. So, we here in the United States, I'll say this. This is another serious sentiment I'm about to make. I am as pro-fucking America as it can get. I love everything we represent, from freedom of speech to the protecting of one's own property to the ability to practice freedom of religion, even if you don't have religion, whatever the case may be. I love this country, and we should only be working for the efforts of our country and the betterment of all, majority of people. And that doesn't mean one particular group or one particular subsect or anything. That means freedom and equality for all to start. Not all to end, but all to start. And it's kind of disgusting how much of this, like, secret how do I say this? These secret government doings are just chopping us to bits and selling us for really everything they can get. And it's not even, I don't even, sorry, it's just very frustrating. This is an issue that I have commented on before, treason and stuff like that, and it's not really, this is one of those things where I think they should be spending the rest of their life in prison here, or they need to be extradited back to their country with no travel visa ever permitted for the rest of their life from that country or to this country especially. Because there is no reason why anyone trying to undermine this country and the freedoms and everything that we represent should be allowed to walk free. That is one of those things that you just shouldn't be allowed to walk free. It's like, and not even put them down, put them to work, put them in slave labor, put them in, not slave labor, but I mean, because China obviously doesn't have any slave labor. Clearly, that's why everything is so, but there are no sweatshops in China. We're going to take a breather real quick and get back to this. Hold up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final portion of the 19th episode of StormWatch. We have right here a guest friend of mine, the Fucky Ducky, the Zombie Ducky. He represents everything that the Toxic Avenger represents. Life after death, green, greeners, beauty, quack. You know what? Speaking of distractions and everything that's been going on, have you guys ever considered that maybe your billionaires hate you? Have you ever considered that a company doesn't like you? Have you ever considered that your company doesn't have that a company doesn't have your best interest at heart? Have you? Well, Toxic Avenger touches on that. It's a terrible, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It was a fun, in moments, superhero movie. The violence was crazy. The gore was insane. He whacked the top of a dude's skull off and the brain exploded. And it's starring Peter Dinklage, by the way. It stars Peter Dinklage as this little faggot kid's stepfather, this little Peter Pan boy. And Peter Dinklage is the little big dad, you know what I mean? And he works at this hair product factory that has these toxic fucking oil sludge vats that it uses to create its product. And a lot of people were having bleeding and dying, and their skin was changing colors, and they grow third eyes and other weird defects and deformities and stuff like that. And this is why I asked you, do you ever consider that a company may hate you? Because I'm going to be 100% honest. I think they do. I think they hate you very much. I think that you lie to yourself every time that you say that they want you to have a moon swatch. I think you lie to yourself every single time they say to you that they want you to have an AP Swatch collaboration. They didn't want it. They didn't want you to have it. They never wanted you to have it. They wanted you to reach for it and then fail. Like, not fucking Mufasa. Who is his name in Greek mythology? He reaches down to drink the water. Tantalus. They touch on this in The Shape of Water. That will be a movie we do one day too. They touch on that. Just like they touch on everything in that movie with the scaly penis and the French woman. And she's not French, but she looks French. I always say she looks French. The mute bitch. The non-worder. Where was I at? Touching people. Shape of Water. Why did I get to The Shape of Water? Deformities, maybe? Oh, companies don't care about you. You know what? Deformities ties into this as well, because Peter Dinklage, it turns out that he has brain cancer. Oh, by the way, it also stars Kira Noir. Kira Noir, or shout out to Kira Noir. I love your work. Everything you've ever done, fantastic. Keep it up. Don't you ever stop. Keep the grind and the hustle in mind, baby. Because you know what? It never stops, and neither do you, and neither does anything about you. So you know what? Shout out Kira Noir. But I gotta say, this was not your best film. This was not my favorite film of yours because 1, there was no nudity. 2, it was mostly Peter Dinklage. 3, for some reason, it included Elijah Wood looking like Gollum or Wormtongue or whatever you want to call it from Lord of the Rings. It wasn't the best. It wasn't even a creature fucker movie. She didn't even bang Peter Dinklage, but it would have been a midget creature fucker movie. Now, that's a crossover I'm willing to see. That is a genre crossover I would pay to see. It's up to you, Kira. The balls are in your court. It doesn't actually star Kira Noir. It stars this woman named Taylor Page, who really, I'm not joking, if you did a side-by-side, looks just like Kira Noir. And Peter Dinklage and this kid Jacob Tremblay, and I said Elijah Wood, and for some reason it's got Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon is the billionaire person who hates you. Why not? He did great in X-Men. He was Kevin Baconing all over the place. He Kevined and baconed everywhere he could. He footloosed the entire time. I don't know any of his other movies. Okay. So there's like, do you want to watch the Pedro Pascal movie, the Pedro Pascal movie, the Pedro Pascal movie, or the Pedro Pascal movie? Now I need to do that with Kevin Bacon, where it's like I need to watch the Kevin Bacon movie, the Kevin Bacon movie, the Kevin Bacon movie. I've already started, as you can tell, but there's a lot. Oh, but Peter Dinklage is the stepfather. He's working at this toxic factory. It turns out he's got this brain-eating cancer whatever that he got from working near the toxic sludge. He breaks into this weird Eyes Wide Shut donation party where Peter Dinklage gets in a tutu and gets drunk and goes and asks Kevin Bacon if he could help him because the insurance was denying his claims and everything like that. And Kevin Bacon had his assistant escort him to the bottom of the stairs and shit like that. And so he went and robbed the company with a mop. Hence the mop. And the guy was okay. No one got hurt other than Peter Dinklage after he fell into a vat of acid. And then he became the Toxic Avenger. And he became a greener, just like these poor souls here. And there was even a toxic... sorry, can't keep holding that. There was even a toxic duck. Well, it wasn't a duck. It was a bird of some kind. It looked like a deformed and fucked up pigeon. The poor thing. Mike Tyson would cry for it. Now Kiff. So he goes on this whole thing trying to get back to his place. He winds up saving some people who are in a robbery at a burger shop. They start calling him the Toxic Avenger. Everyone thinks he's a hero. His stepson gets kidnapped by Kevin Bacon and the weirdos that Elijah Wood's Gollum fucking person hired. It looks like the Insane Clown Posse, but on crack. I genuinely think it looks like the Insane Clown Posse was doing too much meth, and then they joined this to compensate for it. They needed to cover their meth charges. Do you know what I mean? And so they kidnapped the kid. Oh, wait, hold up. I'm forgetting something. I remember why he fell into the vat of acid, because he was at the plant and then Elijah Wood's goons went after him. They're called the Nuts. The Nuts went after him. And they shot fucking Peter Dinklage. He fell into the vat of acid, became this. Then he ran away and saw a homeless guy. Kevin Bacon kidnapped his kid. Peter Dinklage goes on a rampage and kills the Nuts. Him and Kira Noir go on an adventure to save his stepchild, and they're completely successful, even though Kevin Bacon drank a potion and became a demon monster thing. He went, no! It's hard to get good help these days. Even smiling makes my face ache. No, it's good. You're good. I got it. In a second here. Here, hold up. Make the little guy get down off of his fucking... Get off of the chair and come all the way over here. And just... all this effort just to make you people smile. All right, here, hold on. Let me. Okay, here we go. Okay, good. Oh, God damn it again! No! Get in there, you bitch. Shut that shit. That's what she said. I'm not just fisting, I'm arming my shirt. Just like the US with Israel, I'm arming my shirts. Just like Chinese spies with the US, I'm arming shit up. Okay, so yeah, they go on a huge adventure and they stop Kevin Bacon even though he drinks a potion. And he oh yeah, that was the whole thing. I didn't even mean to, it was supposed to be this. And then he just, and then they get into a fucking big ass brawl at the end. It was kind of nice. There was some explosions and stuff. Elijah Wood turned around and tried to help save the day because of his weird brother issues and stuff like that. It's kind of like, we're going to call it Pony Boy syndrome, where he's got this weird sexual desire to be with his brother, but he can't be with his brother, so it creates this adversity that they have. And so instead of him having sex with his brother, he gets his brother killed. It's kind of like Shame and Pony Boy met. Do you know what I mean? Because we all know that Pony Boy wanted to bang Patrick Swayze's character. Come on now. And Rob Lowe's. Did you not see the one scene where, I didn't cover this on that episode and I knew I would get around to it one day. There was a scene where Rob Lowe is sitting on the couch and nothing but a towel. Everyone is coming in and out and they're talking around and joking and shit like that. Feature Tom Cruise and feature Pony Boy and feature Patrick Swayze and feature Rob Lowe and all that shit. And Rob Lowe hops out of the shower and he gets onto the fucking couch and he's just sitting there in a towel with his leg propped up and he's just like, yeah. And he's just fucking Rob Loweing all over the place. Then he gets up and goes and gets dressed. Why did he stop for a moment to lay on the couch in a towel in front of his brothers with his cock and balls out? So the point is, Elijah Wood wanted to bang Kevin Bacon, his brother, but he couldn't. So he betrayed his brother. I don't think they killed Kevin Bacon's character. They may have. They did. Oh, I'm pretty sure he killed him with the mop. I feel like Travis Scott. How you hold your pants up? Belt. How you kill your enemy? Mop. The action was fun. They showed some titties, so I like that. The nuts were crazy. The crazy clown posse was fun. The acting all around wasn't bad. Keira Noir, you killed it. Peter Dinklage, I mean, per usual. You make fun of yourself without make fun of yourself for being short, and you leave that up to me, and I appreciate that. You are a friend among the tallers. We love you. We love you, midgets. I do love short people. They're so fun. There was a wrestling event where they were doing with short people, and I fucking didn't get to go around and see it, but I hope that it comes around again. But the point is, you know what, guys? At the end of the day, you're not a greener. You're not a greener. You're not a Chinese rice patty picking spy. You're not going out of your way to stab someone for an AP swatch and get pepper sprayed. You're not getting judge mogged like clavicular. And you're not going out of your way to produce toxic sludge to screw over your citizens. You're doing better. If you have met all of those qualifications and you're not a Melbourne shapeshifter and you're not a sex offender and you're not a narco-trafficking Colombian, you are doing better than the rest of the world. So you know what? With that, I wish you a beautiful Saturday and I'll see y'all beautiful Saturday, a beautiful Sunday, a beautiful week, a beautiful, big, beautiful day. I wish you guys the most toxic, beautiful day. Peace.